The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the December 4th, the terrific Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But even more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to send me an email, send it off early, and send it to Steve at TFNN.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. Now, if you're inside our Tiger's Den, and quite frankly, you should be, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Got a mixed bag out there. Mix goes like this. Dow's up just slightly. It's up 90 cents out there. The S&P's down 7 points. NASDAQ 100 off 113. Russell's up 15. Transport's up 67. Semi's down 55. NASDAQ Composite off 51. New York Stock Exchange up 28. A total mixed bag out there. Gold's up $8. Silver's down $1.19. Lights crude is up 54 cents. Natural gas is back 4 pennies out there. Copper's off a penny. We got a bunch of TD9 counts that are starting to show up. If you take a look at my a little panel on the left-hand side where it says D-TD9. When you see an 8 or a 9 and a star next to it, well, it tells you that we've got a successful TD9 count pending out there. So here we take a look at the Mag 7. So this is the ETF that takes a look at the Mag 7, and you can see that today it is forming bar number 8 of a TD9 count. Now, this is really key out here as we take a look at all these charts that do have these TD9 count tops. Bar number 8 requires a close above bar number 4. That may not take place at day's end. In order for that to be accomplished, the MAG, M-A-G-S, needs to close above 66.78. In other words, 66.79 or higher out there. Then we'll have a successful bar number 5. Then tomorrow, price would have to close above the close of bar number 5. That is at 66.68 out there. So two things need to take place in order to get a topping signal. What happens if we don't get a topping signal? Well, at this stage here, we're trading above its green oscillator and change line and above profile resistance. That suggests that we rally higher with price targeting its TD9 count swing point from back on October the 29th. The weekly chart for the Mag 7 still has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Price traded above profile resistance, but finding resistance at its green oscillator and change line. So top is still in place out here. A monthly time frame chart doesn't know what we're talking about when it comes to tops out there. So it's really going to be the daily and the weekly. It will be the driver for ticker symbol MAGS. If we take a look at the I'll put the transports up. Just don't pay attention to the profile levels that show up here. But we're going to go ahead and likely form bar number 9 today. Here we go. Get this thing here to populate for us. So on a daily time frame, we had a successful bar number 8 yesterday. That's why it showed up with that 8 and that star next to it. We're just waiting for the chart here to populate. And so we just need to simply see a close above bar number 5. Well, we're trading above yesterday's high, so we know that that's a likely outcome. Now, the TD9 count top is going to go ahead and confirm today for the transports. It will complete tomorrow. What should unfold After that top is in place, his price should pull back to test support. The first level of support for the transports will be its oscillator and change line for its daily time frame, 16,590. The monthly has no such top in place. Price is trading with inside its bearish structured sell zone out there. And on a weekly time frame, the weekly chart is actually forming an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside out there. But the daily says before we're going to continue with that A to B equals CD pattern to the upside, we're likely going to take a short-term pause out there. That is on the Dow Transports. The next one that pops up on our screen is the IWM, the Russell 2000. Now, if I take a look at the equity future contract, you'll see on the Russell 2000, we're only at bar number 1. So here we're going to have a little bit of a divergence between signals out there. But let's take a look at the IWM. It's daily time frame. You're going to see bar number 8 formed yesterday. We're trading above yesterday's high. So for the IWM, we're going to go ahead and form a TD9 count top today. It'll complete tomorrow. Today must close above bar number 5. That high out there, so let me give that to you, is at the close actually is 248.75. So we got to close above 248.75 today. Right now that seems like a likely outcome. The weekly time frame for the IWM, let's go ahead and open this up. Let's pull this back a bit. Let's take a look at it. So the weekly time frame does not have a topping pattern. So that was negated, really quite a while ago, almost 2 weeks ago. What's required is a bearish reversal candle to confirm a top out here for the weekly time frame for the IWM. So no top in place here. So what does that suggest? No top in place on the monthly chart. What the monthly chart actually has a confirmed A to B equals CD pad the upside, if not mistaken. So this is just suggesting a short-term pullback, likely a 2 to 4 day pullback out there with price targeting this oscillator and change line. And for the IWM, that's at 244.74 as we speak right now. If we take a look at the financial sector out here, the financial sector, is trading higher today, so likely to form bar number 9. Again, must close above the close of bar number 5 out there. Just waiting for this to populate, see what kind of message we get here, daily and weekly. So on the weekly time frame, you can see just a consolidation with inside his profile. 5201 at support. Resistance is at 53.93. The daily time frame, the TD9 count top for the daily time frame. Let's open up this chart here. It's formed that TD9 count top at TD9 count breakdown resistance, which is at 53.81. So odds favor that today would be the top. All we need to do is close above the close of bar number 5. That looks like a likely outcome unless there's some major sell-off during the day. Now, what should take place here is price should pull back to the top of its profile, which is 53.05. But see how that oscillator and change line just changed from red to green? If somebody wanted to enter a long position in the XLF, what they would be waiting for is price to pull back and test and reject that level. That would be the buy point as we take a look at the XLF. That's looking at the daily time frame out there. Again, we mentioned just a consolidation on the weekly time frame. The monthly time frame has an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside out there. Let's see. It's got several A to B equals CD patterns out there. One that's in place right now has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. So in order for the XLF on a monthly basis, and it's just been consolidating inside the upper range of that profile, the sell zone actually, but a close above 54.50 gets that longer term A to B equals CD pattern in play for the XLF. Let's take a look at the XLC. So in the case, look at the XLC out here, also going to go ahead and form bar number 8 to 9 today, or so it appears. We are trading just a bit higher, 8 pennies higher out there. On a weekly basis, we're trying to get back inside its profile. Daily time frame is going to populate here momentarily. So you got to get it closed today above 115.39, and we're at 115.21. So the XLC, the communications sector out there, watch that today. If it closes above, again, that number, 115.39, you'll have a TD9 count up. If not, the pattern goes away and it becomes even more bullish. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Just a couple more to get through here. If we take a look at Apple, Apple formed bar number 8 yesterday. It needs a close today above the close of bar number 5. That would be 278.85. Apple also formed a new profile today, and it's got support at 274.44, resists up at the 281.53 mark out there. And right now we're just trading inside the inside that profile and below its green oscillator and change line. So we could get down to test that level. And I would say we would especially do that if we get a confirmed TD9 count top today for its daily time frame. The weekly on Friday is very likely going to form a TD9 count top. Again, that pattern will complete next week. That would suggest price pulling back just really, it's sitting at support or just above support, which is the top of its profile. So the first level or first target is only 277.32. The next target would be 268.14, the oscillator and change line out there. Monthly time frame for Apple. It does not have a topping pattern. Needs a bearish reversal candle to confirm a top. Let's go take a look at its A to B equals CD pattern out here. I don't recall if it passed it with volume. It has December of 2024, 977 million shares. That was passed with a billion shares. So Apple does have a confirmed A to B equals CD pattern. That initial price projection around the 303.70-ish level out there. So what this tells us is that we've got a daily, potential daily signal and a weekly signal out there, just short to intermediate term type of retracement. In the case of the weekly time frame, it may just be touching support out there. And then lastly, we've got the Facebook, Meta, has got that was a weekly TD9 count top, so I'm not going to go there just yet. So that covers all of the daily TD9 counts, that patterns that show up with regard to these instruments here that we pay attention to. Let's slide over and take a look at the cash indices out there so you can take a look at those numbers because they're also in the process of potentially forming TD9 count tops. You'll see bar number 8 across the board, with the exception being the Russell 2000, only in bar number 2 today. So in the case of the Dow, just needs a close. You should take a snapshot of the screen so then you'll know which bars to go back to. So today you're going to have bar on the Dow close above bar number 4, and tomorrow will be bar number 5. In the case of the S&P 500, the same thing. So take a look at that right now. Price is testing the top of that bar number 4. That number on the S&P cash index is 68.50.86 out there. So price has got to close above, price got to close above 68.49.09 today, and we're at 68.47. So if that pattern goes away, no topping signal. In fact, it would be more bullish. So the NDX 100, the same signal there. Watch bars 4 and 5. Again, the Russell's out of the equation. The semiconductor index needs to poke its head above yesterday's high. Doesn't have to be today. Would have to be either tomorrow or on Monday, assuming that it's able to maintain the TD9 count pattern out there. Transports we already covered earlier. That's going to confirm a TD9 count top today. NASDAQ Composite, again, the same thing. Watch bars 4 and 5. And the same thing with regard to the New York Stock Exchange out there. So take a snapshot on this screen. If you're following the cash indices, you want to know whether or not you got a completed bar number 8 today, or if the pattern has gone away. If the pattern goes away again, that to me, that is a more bullish type signal out there. Let's begin. Take a look at a couple of requests that have come in. We don't have that many. The first one's going to be Fuel Cell. FCEL is the ticker symbol. This is for Dan inside the Tiger's Den. Fuel Cell's having one heck of a nice day. It formed a nice TD9 count bottom on the trading session of November 21st and completed that pattern on the 24th out there. So there's your bottom signal. Price is right now taking on its TD9 count breakdown resistance level, Dan. That's at $7.75. This will be day number 3 in a row to the upside. Closing above $7.75 would be a very bullish outcome for you. If we close above $7.75, then price will likely target $8.72. $8.72 is the center of its weekly profile out there. And if price can close above that, then we'd be looking at $11.17 as the price target. Fuel Cell on a monthly time frame has resistance at 878. So you got 878. So you got 878 and 872. Those are going to be the levels that you've really got to deal with if, in fact, you get a close above 776 for its daily time frame out there. So, Dan, I hope that helps you out with regard to Fuel Cell, and best of luck to you with that instrument. Let's take a look at ONDS. This is for Fletch inside the Tiger's Den. And Fletch is looking, I believe you are looking for a long trade out there. So the long trade signal actually took place right here, the most recent one, December 1st. What was that? Was that Monday? Yeah. So on Monday, what did we have going on there on ONDS? We had two separate things taking place. Number one, we know the cadence of the market, 2 to 4 day pullbacks in bull markets. They are the most common. And here we had a 4-day retracement. That was on December the 1st out there. The very next day, we started moving higher. Also, price was pulling back and testing and rejecting its oscillator and change line. That is another potential buy point level. So you've got an A to B equals CD pattern that is now forming. The question is, are we passing it with volume? The B point has volume of 119 million shares. So far today, we are up with 44 million shares. The answer to that question is, yesterday, did we close above yesterday? Oh, we did. So yesterday confirmed an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside, Fletch. So now you've got this TD9 count bottom that formed. This is now turned into a confirmed A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. Let's copy, let's paste, let's assemble. And that's going to give us a 1-to-1 price projection somewhere in the 1119-ish area. Now, the move higher is now being confirmed by the weekly time frame chart. The weekly time frame chart shows, at least right now, that we're trading above profile resistance 883. We close above 883 tomorrow, adds the idea of moving up towards that 1119 level. And on a monthly time frame, things are bullish here. We're trading above profile resistance, its oscillator and change line. Your question is, where's an entry point? I'd have to say the next 2 to 4 day pullback, or if price is able to get back to test that oscillator and change line out there. So I hope that helped you out, Fletch, and hope that all made sense to you, and best of luck to you. So I know you're looking for a longer term trade, and the weekly and the monthly are looking pretty good for that. So it's really the daily that you're going to use to try to identify some type of retracement back to a level of support, or just maybe a 2-day move, something along those lines. Let's go on and take a look at Amazon. This is for Duncan Steve inside the Tiger's Den. AMZN is the ticker symbol. Amazon right now is trading back inside its profile. If it closes the day below 229.47, it'll accomplish that task. It could be signaling to you and I that what price wants to do is at least pull back to test the 223.75 level. The pause there is at today's day number 2 of a move to the downside out there. And that could always be a bottom as well. If it were to reject the top of that profile, I mean, he closed back above it, 229.47. I would say that would be more likely to be just a 2-day retracement out there. So right now, we're going to go with the call Amazon likely to pull back to the 223.75 level. The weekly time frame chart for Amazon, I see an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside, takes us up to about the 290-ish level out there. I don't see any kind of topping pattern on the weekly time frame, so no reason for that not to unfold. What price does need to do, though, on a weekly basis is get back above its oscillator and change line. So that A to B equals CD pattern that we have drawn in here, Duncan, won't get any traction until we see a close above the oscillator and change line, currently printed at 232.92 out there. I know that number will be higher if we get a bit of a rally. The monthly time frame chart, as a Rhodes momentum indicator signal, but no bearish reversal candle. However, we're trading back inside its profile below its oscillator and change line, so we can say that Amazon has lost its momentum for its monthly time frame. Well, if it's lost momentum for its monthly time frame, we're back inside the profile on the weekly time frame. It just adds the idea that the daily is signaling to you and I, all the charts really combined are signaling we should see a retracement here. We're going to go with a 2 to 4 day retracement out there. Hope that helps you out, Duncan. The next two things we'll take a look at when we come back from this break are SLX for Dan and the socks for Duncan Steve. We'll be right back.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. Take a look at ticker symbol SLS, Sellis Life Sciences group out here, having a stellar day. It is trading above the top of its daily profile at $1.60, Dan. So that's a positive outcome. It has run into resistance at its weekly oscillator and change line, $1.79. So that's the number that you're really looking for price to close above at $1.79. If you get that, you're likely off to 187. Between 187 and 211 is kind of the sell zone on the weekly time frame. The next daily level of resistance would be $2.12 out there. If you close again tomorrow above $1.60, you'll have a bullish profile change in trend. That would be the only bottom signal pattern that I have out here for SLS. And the monthly time frame simply shows a consolidation with inside its profiles between 99 cents and $2.13. So the key today, watch that $1.79 area. You can close above that. That's going to open up the door for 187, 211, and 212 out there. SLS, that was for Dan inside the Tiger's Den. Duncan Steve would like to take the semi SOXX, the ETF for that. SOXX, as we speak right now, does not have any kind of a topping pattern. We have an inside bar, inside day. We're trading inside yesterday's bar. That typically suggests that price is going to go ahead and continue in the same direction that it came from. That says we move higher out there. Now, if we were to get a poke above yesterday's high, this is going to be the key number both today, tomorrow, and even on Monday. And that high is 309.57. If we get a poke above that, that's going to then go ahead and trigger a TD9 count topping pattern. Today doesn't look like it's going to be a problem with bar number 8. Looks like that'll be successful. And tomorrow, likely bar number 9, unless there's a major sell-off. Tomorrow, price just needs to close above on a daily time frame, 296.92 out there to form bar number 9. But that is not the issue. The issue is bars 8, 9, the bar following 9 must be the high of the pattern out there. So you can get a TD9 count pattern, but not one that is that we would use as a topping signal out there. So that's why I'd be watching that closely there, Steve-O. The reason is because on the weekly time frame, it is bullish. We're trading inside its swing point from back on October 31st. That had 23 million shares that week. So far this week, we're up with 14 million shares. So we're into that swing point with lighter volume. Still, you close inside it this week, and by closing inside it, I mean above 300.40. You're likely to go test that high up at that 312.79 level, especially because the monthly time frame chart for the stocks has got no topping signal really whatsoever. So the stocks is really looking pretty good. You actually kind of, you're actually looking for the stocks to not form a TD9 count top is what I would suggest. At least that's just the daily time frame. Since the weekly doesn't really have a topping pattern out here, we're just probably looking at if it does form that top, a daily top, it's likely just a retracement back between the 293.46 and 298 level out there. So I hope that helped you out, Duncan. Thanks as always for your requests and playing along the game. Let's help Stevie with some requests out there. Let's take a look at XNCR. This is from Mohammed. Mohammed XNCR trading right now at 1828. It will negate a Rhodes momentum indicator top for its daily time frame today with a close above 1569. We're trading above, 1783. What the heck was Stevie looking at? 1783. And we're trading 1821. So a likely outcome. The weekly chart negated its TD9 count top a couple of weeks ago. Last week closed above its TD9 count breakdown resistance level. That's a bullish signal. Tells you about a strong momentum move to the upside. Where is it targeting? That's a great question. In order for that to happen, I need to turn the tool back on. Give me a second here. We'll find out where that second exactly. I'm going to have the chart do the work for me, not Stevie do the work. So let's just change this to get that second line out there. Next TD9 count breakdown level is, it's all the way up at 25.54 out there. So on a weekly time frame, that is your price target. On a monthly time frame, your price target is 28.96. Now, there's not much more for me to add here, Mohammed. This is right now, XNCR, all-out bullish mode for its daily, weekly, and its monthly time frame. Let's see if we've got a if I've got a seasonal pattern for this. XNCR, do a quick search. XNCR. We do have it. Zencore Inc. We've got data for 11 years. So here's 11 years worth of data. Interestingly enough, November is really your best month out here. Kind of curious. I'm going to go back and take a look at, and November was a pretty good month on a monthly basis. So that was a good month. But actually, October as well as September have been pretty darn good months, and it looks like maybe December is going to follow along with that. So everything is bullish out there for XNCR, Mohammed. Hope that helps you out. You also wanted to look at COHR. So let's go see what its instrument charts are telling us. COHR right now trading out at 181.63 and will today confirm a TD9 count top. It will go ahead and complete that tomorrow. Dan, you did miss SLS, but I will. I probably can, because I don't have really much in the way of requests out there. I can probably just touch it real quickly. But the COHR TD9 count top forms today, completes tomorrow. Now, the weekly time frame chart suggests that it's going to negate a TD9 count top if tomorrow's close is above 168.57, and odds favorite will be, it negates that signal. So now we got a daily top and a weekly not so much. So what does that tell us? That says prepare for a 2 to 4 day retracement as price pulls back to test that green oscillator and change line in the 165.59 level. So the weekly all out bullish right now, the monthly all out bullish right now, and the daily preparing for a TD9 count top and some type of short term retracement out there. So that's COHR. Dan, it's no problem. I don't have another request. I got a minute to go before we go to break, so I can just simply put up SLS out here. It's just not that big of a deal. I just put that up real quickly, and I can summarize it for you very quickly as well. So grab a snapshot. That's not it as well. Okay, I thought I could do it pretty easily. Stevie misspoke. And try one more time. Here we go. Okay. That made it easier. So you got to love today because prices trade above the top of his profile, $1.60. You trade above the top of that profile tomorrow too. You close above it, you have a daily profile change in trend. The issue is its weekly oscillator and change line. You can see that at $1.79. If price can close above the weekly oscillator and change line, then you're going to bring 187, 211, and 212 into the picture out here. And you got 213 as resistance on the monthly time frame. So that 211, 12, 13 is going to be the real key level that you've got to break through. But right now, you can't get up there until you get above that weekly oscillator unchanged line out there. So that was Eli Lilly. Let's go ahead and put LLY up on our screen here. This is for ELO inside the Tiger's Den. ELO, this probably will just populate now. And I've got a break, in about 15 seconds. Maybe we start to hear the music or not. LLY, trading out right now at 1,009.14. It's trading below the bottom of its daily profile. It's got a bearish profile change in trend. It's targeting 990.10. That is its TD9 count breakout level. But if that area fails, then what Eli Lilly will do is pull back towards 926. That is the weekly oscillator and change line. We have a confirmed TD9 count top for the weekly. We'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at the stock charts here for Eli Lilly. We can see that today is likely to be bar number 6 to the downside. So strong momentum move there. Its next level of support is going to be that TD9 count breakout level at 990.10. So that's where price is headed to. Normally I'd say that would be a buy area. And it still might be. My preference would be that the retracement would only have been 4 days out there. 6 days in a row is telling us maybe something different. And that's where that weekly chart really starts to kick in, ELO, because we've got that completed TD9 count top that completes tomorrow out there. So last week was the confirmation of bar number 9. And that is really suggesting that this wants to pull back towards 926.58 out there. If price starts moving lower, that oscillating change line is most certainly going to move lower as well. I don't know that it gets all the way back to the bearish zone of that weekly profile. The bearish zone, which is between 858 and 883, is really where on a weekly basis Eli Lilly would find support if it's only a counter trend move to the downside. And we don't know whether that's the case or not. But right now, for Eli Lilly, I'd be watching as price approaches that 990 area. Now, because it's been down for consecutive days out there, just because you get a bounce off that area doesn't mean it's a bottom. And so what you're going to have to do, or what we'll have to do, so please, ELO, as you keep a chart, you keep an eye on Eli Lilly. As price approaches that 990 level, let me know whether that's tomorrow or maybe that's on Monday or what have you, and we'll pull up the intraday charts to look to see if there's some kind of bottoming signals from those intraday charts for Eli Lilly for you. So hope that or whether or not Eli Lilly is going, or you're going to be able to buy it at a cheaper price, maybe down towards the anywhere between 883 and 926 out there. So I hope that helps you out. That takes care of all of the requests that I've got so far that I see out here. So let's take a look at a couple of other things. So I want a couple of other things. The U.S. dollar index, interestingly enough, I'm going to pull up the currency pairs, or 3 of the currency pairs that make up the U.S. dollar index. I'm assuming that I'm going to do that. Here we go. And that would be the euro, the yen, and the pound out here. So we take a look at the euro. You're going to see that today is going to become bar number 8 of a TD9 count. In order for this TD9 count pattern to confirm tomorrow, we just simply need a close above the close of bar number 5. For the euro, that's at 1.1608 and seems like a likely outcome. If I were to show you the U.S. dollar index chart out there, we'd see that it's looks like it's got an A to B equal CD pattern. Don't know that it's going to form a TD9 count. I think today it's only in bar number 7, so it's a day behind the euro. But if the euro does form a TD9 count, it's got 57%, 58% of the weighting of the dollar. So we would likely see a retracement back towards its oscillator and change line. At the same time that the euro may form a TD9 count top between today and Monday, the yen may form a TD9 count bottom between today and Monday out there. And that should then lead to a rally, a nice rally up towards 156 and change out there. It's daily, it's weekly, it's daily oscillator and change line. Well, if the euro's going to move lower and the yen's going to move higher, what we're going to see is a strengthening of the U.S. dollar index. The Great British Pound has an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside out there, and it does not have any other kind of topping signal. So this looks more like price wants to target $1.34. That's its TD9 count breakdown level. But if it were to generate a bearish reversal candle, it would form a sell the D point topping signal out there. I happen to have the December Bitcoin charts up on my screen, just a consolidation with inside its profile. That's between 83,429 and 95,174. How about bonds? Looking very weak. Let's go pull up the 30-year. You want the 10-year note or the 30-year, Peter? You said bonds. I'm going to go with the 30-year. So let's move over to... Let's move over to this screen. Let's go to the main vein screen out here. Let's put up the 30-year Treasury. This way we'll be able to see what's going on a 30-minute time frame. So if you give me a moment, let this populate here. Let's take a look at that 30-year Treasury ZB March of 26 out here. See what it is doing. Well, did it grab the 6? Okay, it did. All right, so on the 30-year Treasury, just as soon as the screen clears out, both. Okay, no problem. Got you covered. So on the 30-year Treasury, we still have a TD9 count bottom pattern. So that bottom pattern will get negated, and it could be today with a close below 116 even Steven. We're at 116.03. So you've got a TD9 count bottom that has really led to a sideways consolidation out here. You've got a hammer candle that formed 2 days ago. I would say, first, even if we negate the TD9 count bottom, close below 116, that's going to suggest lower price. I'm going to really suggest that we got to see it close below actually the low from the trading day. What was day? November 20th. And that would be 115.25. If we get that, then we're likely headed lower. We are trading below the bottom of its weekly bullish structured profile, but we won't be able to make that call until tomorrow, Peter. So right now you've got price that's been testing support. It's a support area that's held. So the cool thing there is if you know that it fails, well, all those buyers and bulls out there that were able to support it, they're now gone. You wanted to take a look at the 10-year note out here, so let's go take a look at it as well. And I believe the 10-year note has a top or bottom pattern. It's got, it looks like I'm wrong on that. Definitely wrong on that. Okay. So what the daily time frame shows us for the 10-year note is that price really is trading between its TD9 count breakout level. That's that red line at 112.13 and the TD9 count breakdown resistance level 113.49. So that's first most important thing to know and to take a look at. Price is trading below the bottom of its profile and its green oscillator and change line for its daily time frame. We're trading below the center of its bearish structured profile for the weekly time frame. Those two those two signals suggest lower price out here. So the next target is going to be its TD9 count breakout level. And that's at that 112.13 area. So very much similar looking patterns to the 30-year Treasury out there, but not down to the bottoms like the 30-year is. If it has a TD9 count bottom pattern, if that were to fail, and by fail I mean a close below 112.07, then we're likely going to see a that would be. Then I don't know what we would see then. We'll have to come back to it because at 112.07 is the bottom of that weekly profile. And the monthly, there's just not enough data to grab profiles or anything along those lines. So I'd probably have to take a look at some other patterns of what's going on intraday. But right now, Peter, what's the 10-year note going to do? It looks to me like the 10-year note wants to go lower, and the 30-year is sitting at support. Now that support may, in fact, hold. So ELO typed in DKS. Is that a ticker symbol? I believe it is. I don't know if it was a request, but Stevie's going to treat it as a request out there. And you're welcome, Peter. So let's take a look at DKS, see what it is doing out here. Maybe that stands for something else like Don't Know Steve. Okay, DKS, we are getting some data. So DKS is traded above the top of its daily profile. You got a bullish daily profile change in trend out there. Doesn't matter whether we have a bottom or not. We've got a daily bullish profile change in trend. That suggests that this wants to rally further. Rally further to where? Well, because we're trading above the center of its weekly profile and its green oscillator and change line, we're looking at 234.17 is where it wants to head to. On a monthly time frame, you resist at 234.47. So that's the level where DKS wants to move to. Hope that helps you out. There's another request. This comes in from Fletch. Wants to take a look at the XLE. Says it's at new all-time highs. Well, let's go take a look at it. So ExxonMobil likely at new all-time highs. I think that's still the number one weighting inside the XLE. It looks like, Fletch, that we'll have to get to the XLE charts as soon as we come back from this break. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Be back in just a few.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. So we're looking at the potential of a breakout here, is what Fletch was really saying for the XLE. And what he's looking at the daily time frame. In the daily time frame right now, price is trying to take out a swing point from November 14th. That swing point had volume of 17 million shares. The high of that is at 92.22. We're trading right now 92.18. Volume today is 5.3 million shares. So we're coming in a little bit light on a volume standpoint. But nonetheless, Fletch, if we do close above 92.22, it will trigger trigger an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside that has an initial price projection level of around 95.35. Now, at the same time, the price is struggling to deal with that swing point volume on November 14th. It's also struggling with the swing point volume from September 26th. That was a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, and that's got 20 million shares there. So you're coming in light. It's going to be a bit bumpy here, but if it can close certainly above, I would say that Rhodes Momentum Indicator top of 92.91, that's when that A to B equals CD pattern would really come into effect. Now, if we look at the weekly charts and the monthly time frame charts, what we're going to see here is really consolidating with inside profile levels. So other resistance, weekly chart would be up at the 95.21 area out there. This would only be 2 weeks to the upside, so that's a positive. The monthly time frame shows a consolidation with inside his profile as well. 94.71 being resistance, and the key resistance level is its bearish shooting star candle that confirmed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top on April in 2024. And that high, 98.97. That's real key level in order for the XLE to truly get a breakout message going. Tom G writes in real quickly, can we take a look at RGTI? RGTI, we can put it on our screen here. It's traded above the top of its daily profile at 27.91. If it closes the day above that and tomorrow, then you'll have a bullish profile change in trend. It already has a buy the D point bottom that formed with the hammer candle about a week and a half ago. The weekly time frame chart found support at the bottom of its profile. That suggests a rally up towards 33.20 out there. So RGTI, rigatoni. Looks like it wants to head higher. Folks, stay tuned for all the great programming. Thanks for joining me on Terrific Thursday. That's what I want you to have. And I'll see you back here tomorrow, 11 a.m. sharp, for a fabulous and fantastic Friday. Take care and be safe out there.